My God, that's hilarious. Look at that. We're gonna have to do. Hey, I did it again. I did it again.
Oh, you didn't even start it.
No, I left us on mute because.
Well, let me go on ahead and reintroduce.
No, yeah.
No.
Y'all missed it.
Oh
I
no.
didn't get muted. I just got turned down. It's crazy.
Happy
Maria.
Friday.
She's gonna start herself
It's
in.
March 8th, International Women's Day. We're going to repeat it real quick because I left us on mute, of course, because we were having such a good time. It's your girl, Mysterious Jax, coming to you live from the Good News Studio. I'm here. It's ladies' night, and I got a room filled of beautiful women here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my first co-host right here.
Hey y'all, it's Maddie on the mic. Happy Friday.
And over here, this crazy. Let me put your volume down. Go ahead.
Okay, you guys already heard who I was. It's Crazy Maria
Crazy
on the
Maria.
mic.
You literally go
Coming
red.
straight up.
I have to bring you down.
I'm talking with my low voice.
I know, but you're the
That is
only
not-
one that makes it go red.
All right. Hey, guys. It's
Okay.
Maria on the mic. All my little minions.
You have minions
You
now?
have little minions now. Damn.
You know
Jesus.
what? Over the week, I was trying to... Okay. she's
Maybe
me.
do the sign
Over
of the
the week,
cross
I was
up in
trying to figure out...
What to call y'all?
What to call you guys. But I'm
To
not going to
call
call you
who?
guys minions. No,
Her
no, my
fandom.
people, my
Her
fan
fandom.
base.
Are you calling
I
us?
have a fan
You should
base.
say tu
for my
gente.
fan base. Mi gente.
Mi
Yes.
gentes. A
Okay.
dibs.
She's
A
not
dibs.
Mark
Okay.
Anthony. Is that Mark Anthony?
Yeah, he's like mi gente.
Mark Anthony says mi gente. You're not Mark Anthony. You can't take
I
his
don't need to be
saying.
Mark Anthony.
You
I'm
can't do
myself.
that. What?
What up?
What up? Oh my, let's just next. All right.
Hi guys.
To the next beautiful woman in the room.
So let me go ahead and introduce our guests. We have two amazing, talented, creative, beautiful women here, and I'm so excited they're here. We have the beautiful Asha.
Hello, ladies. How
Yes.
are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Of
We
course.
appreciate you. And of course, the other talented, amazing, beautiful, the Lionheart.
Howdy, y'all. Everybody.
That's
Shit,
right. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for being
Of
here.
course, we love you, girl.
And I love you guys. I met them in the Good News radio show when it was just a show and not a station. And so I'm so excited that I get to share them with you guys and all of our listeners because they are amazing women. They're artists. and they're creators, and I just every time I talk to my goddaughter about like stepping out of the box of creating her own trends, because she likes to like get like name brands and get like expensive shoes. I was like, you don't need all that. And I opened up your page. And I was like, look at her style. Look how, like, she makes her own look.
Yeah.
You don't
Jackie
need
is
that.
like,
And I used you as an example to my goddaughter. I was like, you don't need name brands to be, like, trendy or be different or unique or stylish. Style is, like, just different. You don't need that. So, you guys are.
But I will not turn down a Balenciaga.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But don't be like,
I
just,
get what you mean.
breaking your bank for it if you
Yeah,
can't
no.
afford it. Like, if somebody gifted me, for sure, I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
take it. But if I can't afford it, it's not my budget.
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to make
doesn't
it work.
lessen your beauty, right? If you're not
Right.
wearing brands.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Exactly. You just got to know. Use what you got.
Yeah.
Use what you got, and you are very good at that. You're very creative at that, and I
Thank you,
appreciate
I
that.
appreciate that.
So today is March 8th.
Yes.
It's Happy International Women's Day.
Yay.
What did
It's
you
our-
do to celebrate Women's Day? Did you not
I
wear
went
a bra?
to work. I went to work, y'all.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
I
a
think,
good way.
yeah, just kept it pushing with like whatever I'm trying to be doing. So I think
I refused to wash the dishes today. I was like, I'm not washing the dishes. It's Women's Day.
I should have done that, like no bra or something. But I work at a school, and I'm like, that could have been a problem, real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't wear a bra for like half the day, so that's okay.
At night, right?
yeah,
You're
I wore
supposed
one
to?
today for you guys, for you ladies. Just
Thank
for
you. We appreciate it. We can't stop staring.
I mean, Rihanna doesn't wear a bra ever.
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 She has
don't
really
believe in
nice
Tata
boobs.
Old
though.
She has amazing
Yeah.
boobs. I mean, yeah. So
Boobs are
not
Money.
everybody does, but you don't need to have Rihanna boobs to like. If you want to do
to
it,
let
do
it go.
Yeah.
Let it out. Even if they're different sizes, y'all.
Maddie, is that the first thing you do when you get home? Take your bra off?
Yeah, I would say bra and then pants. Like I just
Me
like
too.
walk.
Just
Yeah.
undress.
And I'm just
while
like, let me be free. Give me that space to just be myself.
Oh my god, do you ladies do that? Do you do that, or is not? You don't like? It doesn't bother you?
You're cozy anyways.
Yeah.
No, I need to take the bra off.
I mean, I take off my pants.
Okay,
Is that-
that's like your
yeah.
first thing.
That's
Yeah.
the first thing I do is take off my pants.
Pants. I feel you.
You know,
Yeah.
this is high waist. It's like wearing one of those bands all day. So
You're just
you know.
like,
Oh yeah, you have like a waist trainer on all day basically.
Yes.
You're just like, let me go. Let me just be me.
Right, exactly. So I'm excited. I mean, it should be every day, but it's just like our birthdays. It only comes, I guess, once a year. But we still got to make a difference every day, all year
Yes.
long, and keep being that voice for women before us and after us. So that's right. And speaking of that, I don't know if anybody else had anything to say about Women's Day. No? What'd you do, Maria?
So we had a success conference for the organization that I work for. And in the success conference, we had 2 keynote speakers. They both were amazing. I connected more with the one at the beginning. It's something about the passion that she brought for Women's Day. You were able to attend to whatever you want. People go ahead and do classes, and I made sure that the last class that I attended was woman empowerment, which came from God, don't blame me, but she's 3 steps under our CEO. I don't know what exactly is her title, but it was so powerful and so good, and I was just so excited to come to the radio show just with that empowerment, and then having these 2 amazing women, and I'm just excited to just hear and see and all the great things that you 2 ladies have going on in your life, but as well as applauding just every woman in this room. I mean, we're all doing amazing things. We do things outside of the radio show, but yeah, so that was my day today, even though I spoke to one of my coworkers who is a male, and he wasn't too happy with the first keynote speaker that, she was empowering women and putting men down. And I'm
So
like,
she was man bashing?
not man bashing, but she was just like, this is the year that women are going to take over.
But that's not man bashing.
That's
then.
not man bashing.
That's just uplifting the
That's
women and
that's
shining
what I
light
was
on
trying
us.
to explain to him,
It's
but he was just not. He wasn't
here for
He
it.
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't here for that.
Whatever.
Some people
Yeah,
have a different
some people
vision.
just gotta leave them in the past.
He just said it wasn't about him today.
Exactly.
Really though, and it's
That's
so
exactly
weird.
that.
We got to get to that later on, though,
Right.
for sure. Just,
And another thing I wanted to talk to before I jump into Maddie's minute is I don't know if you guys have heard about the young girl who was found in a body bag in Hacienda Heights, California, and she's still unidentified. So the community
wow.
of Hacienda Heights have come together, and all they have is like they don't even have a photograph of her, obviously, because
Right,
it would only
just
be of her after. But they sketched something, and they sketched her whole outfit. And I remember, I think it was like a pink shirt. It said like princess superhero or something like that.
Yeah.
But it had the word hero in it.
Yeah.
And literally nobody has come forward to
Say that-
to claim or know who this child is. So right now this angel is like unidentified. We don't know her name.
Still.
So the whole community of Hacienda Heights, which is like a 45-minute drive from here, has come together, and they like put candles, they have pictures, they're praying, and they're just trying to reach out to the media to find like her family, find out who she belongs
Which means she's
to.
probably not a local. That means like that's some
Right.
conspiracy shit, like
Yeah.
that she's from somewhere else and nobody knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think she only was like 8 or 9 years old, found in a body bag.
Hey, was
I'm
she?
not
I bet
kidding.
you she like. I mean, this sounds awful. I see a lot of Law and Order, but I mean, I think she's like an immigrant child, probably.
She could be. It could also be like child trafficking.
Yeah,
and
like
any of
foster-
that.
the
Like we
foster
don't
kids.
know. Yeah, especially if
That's
nobody's come
awful.
forward yet. That makes you think like, where are her
Damn.
parents, or was she sold, or was she in the human trafficking? Like,
Yeah.
it just makes your mind.
Do we
go,
know where she was like found? Was it like in like the railroad tracks, or was
that
it
I
like
didn't read
at a
too much
hospital?
into it. I just like saw like it was in the
Dang.
IG story, and then I just reposted it.
And you
Yeah.
really think like that stuff doesn't happen. You're like, oh, that's in the movies, that's in the TV, but it's like that happens like obviously to women, and let alone like young children. You know, they're just kind of
Yeah.
not regarded.
I know. So
That's
I definitely just like I just prayed for her, and I just like I hope somebody finds her. So I'm just spreading it,
Yeah.
her picture around. I put it in the Good News IG story, but I'll probably end up putting it on the post because like everybody in the community just came together
Yeah.
to just try to find out who
She
is.
belongs to someone.
Yeah,
you know.
it was really sad.
Well, I pray that all works out.
I know, it's
Yes.
so sad. She was like 8 or 9 years old. Like imagine like how
can't.
alone or scared she was in her last moments. Like I just hope and pray that she like
Or that her family like might be looking for her. Like we don't know, you know,
Yeah.
what happened with that.
So let's keep our thoughts and praise
Yes.
to her and her family.
Mm-hmm.
So with that going on, we're going to go ahead and jump into Mari's Minute. Mari, are you ready for Mari's Minute?
I am, yes.
All
yeah,
right.
we're gonna just have a little switch.
I think
I love this. It sounds so serious. Like
So dramatic.
I'm about to bring you guys the real fucking tea.
what's funny is this is longer than your actual segment.
I know, like enjoy this, guys.
It's like CNN right now.
Maddie's Minutes. I should be for the background voice.
That is hilarious. I freaking love it. It's so
I love
long.
it though. It's so awesome. I hope you guys are like pumped up and ready for the news after that like little segment. All right, y'all. So this week in the news, there's a lot of like studies coming out. One of which is saying that in the month of January, so since this year started, over 300,000 new jobs have been generated in the U.S. But unemployment has actually gone up by 4%. So it's interesting to think that, yes, you could have more job opportunities, but there's actually more people that are being unemployed. On that same pathway, this Sunday is daylight savings, y'all. So, yes, we're going to get a little more sunlight, but you are going to lose sleep. So you just can't have it all, y'all. You got to decide. Another big thing is that in the Senate has actually passed a resolution to undermine or condemn bigotry, y'all. So, you know, we all have that person in our life where we're like, you're a bigot. But now you can actually
I
get
hope
them.
not everybody has somebody in their life
Well,
besides
y'all.
the president.
Yeah,
I mean.
true. So that's another big thing, right, that we can talk about. But yeah, bigotry will soon become hopefully either outlawed or something that we can condemn politically. Another big thing is that Trump's former campaign chairman, so this guy named Paul Manafort, so this fool does tax and bank fraud. He was supposed to get 24 to life, and he ended up getting 4 years.
Wait, what's the minimum for that sentencing?
It's about 25 to like more because it's bank and tax fraud, and he
Fraud.
did millions of dollars, but he ended up getting only 4 years.
4 years. That's it?
That's it. And
Wow.
well, on top of that, this guy's like gonna sue Trump because they didn't pay for his legal fees, and his legal fees are $1.9 million.
What?
So he's turning around to sue Trump for that money. And lastly, Philly becomes the first major city in the U.S. to ban cashless stores and businesses.
Hey.
So shout out to those businesses that are remaining considerate for those of us who, not me, who don't have bank accounts.
She's like, not me.
Not
I got
me,
a bank
y'all.
account.
Sorry.
I got money in the bank.
Well, I don't know about that, but I try.
I got a checkings and a savings.
And that's been Marty's Minute, y'all.
Hey, I won't play the whole thing. I'll just play a little bit of it.
Yeah, thank you.
And there you go. Well, awesome. Thanks for that, Madi.
Yes.
Hey.
You learn something new every day, y'all.
So out of all of those, which one's the one that makes you the most mad? or satisfied?
I would say the one that makes me the most satisfied is Philly, just like showing out for the people and like its communities and just saying like you can't have cashless stores, which we understand like the point of it, all of us being from different communities, but especially in the hood, like you're more likely to be robbed if you're a cash-based store.
Yeah.
But at the same time, many people in our communities don't have debit cards, credit cards. So
Right.
you can't just do that to people. Like they need the option to pay with cash. So hopefully LA follows suit. I don't know why, they
I
haven't.
really don't know too many stores in LA though that don't take cash. At least like I've
There are
experienced.
some.
There
Like I've
are?
definitely experienced places where it says like no cash or like card only.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with like theft.
But
Like-
like in certain places, like I've
Yeah.
noticed that more so in like the Culver City area,
Oh.
like especially like the newer
The platform.
buildings. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
platform and different places like that. They've built up like little communities. Like a few of those stores, they do like card only, like no cash.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I did hear about like Amazon trying to get like a grocery store where
Yeah.
you can literally just go to the counter, grab like your water, and then just walk out because it scans something in your phone because there's like some like if this is the thing you just walking by it like scans it
And it
it
knows that you
automatically
got it.
charges you. Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
Kind of like Apple Pay.
Yeah, but then you don't even have to take your phone out.
Oh.
Yeah, it just like scans your phone. But that was like mentioned in the
But I
article,
think
and
that-
it's like moving away from that because then
Yeah.
people that want to use Amazon but don't have like a phone or don't have whatever service, like they won't be able to, and so Amazon's losing out on money.
Yeah, but it wasn't launched to the public. It was launched to like just the employees.
Oh.
So it was only available just like I guess it was like a trial to
Trial.
see how it was.
Yeah.
But because of that, I guess reasoning, a lot of people it didn't work out because
Yeah.
people were like, no, I'd rather have like cash on
Cash
to
on
pay."
me or something. Or
All
I
right.
just never charge my phone. So I'd be
Right.
fucked. I
Well-
never eat.
I wish I had.
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, producer Kosie's telling me it's time for game time.
Hey, do the cha-cha.
Yes, I love the background.
All the little sound effects.
Right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So I don't know if you guys are aware, but we played different games. We have played Truth or Shot. We've played 5-second rule. But today we're
Yes,
gonna play.
5
I want to
second rule.
the 5-second rule. You know, do you watch Ellen?
I do.
I stole that from Ellen.
Okay.
You have 3 seconds. No, is it 5 seconds,
seconds.
to
To
name
name
3
3
things?
things.
Okay.
It's been addicting. I took
Yeah.
that game home to my family. We played it during the holidays. It got so competitive, right?
Oh,
It
I
got
can
so
imagine. I can see
competitive.
that it
Yeah.
could go
My
left all the way.
blood
Like,
boils.
And people are like, no,
all
no,
the way left.
all the way.
Like
because
that doesn't
Yeah.
count.
there's not real structure rules. I guess we have to get the Ellen box because we were kind of not making up our rules, but it's like no, that counts. Like
Yeah.
because people are like okay, name 3 types of Mexican food. I think somebody said remember 3 Mexican food, and it's
Yeah.
like what did they say? I think they said carne asada fries, and people are like that's not Mexican, and then they're like yes it is,
Carne
and then
asada is Mexican.
no carne asada
You
fries.
just added the fries.
Right,
On the side.
and so I was one of the
On the
judges.
side?
I was one of the judges,
Shut
and,
up.
the judges. So imagine you're being a judge with
Yeah.
me, and we're like trying to like, okay, well, carne asada is Mexican, but on top of fries, that is a new thing. So I don't know, do we count it? We ended up giving it to them, but the whole room got so mad that we counted it as Mexican food. They're like, that's not Mexican food. So it's like, well, we're the judges, and we had the last say, and that was it. But it got really intense.
I can see.
You haven't talked to those people in 10 years.
Oh my god! So you guys should try this game. It is really fun. But today's game, we're gonna do.
Categories.
Yes, we're gonna do categories. It's kind of like concentration, the rhythm of it, concentration.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
And
I haven't
so,
played that in forever.
The first person to get stuck and not say the answer, like you lose, and then you if you're out, and so the last person standing wins. So last week we played for teams in the group chat, and I remember Ron, I know you won. We still owe you a T-shirt. We have not forgotten about you. We just still haven't set up our Twitter. So like you only gave us your Twitter, Ron, and you didn't give
Give
us
us your
number.
debit card and social.
Give us your email. Give us something, Ron. We're not on Twitter, so we were like, how do we send you the T-shirt?
How
through
do we
Twitter?
tweet him?
How do we tweet you? So send us your information, and we will send you your T-shirt. But today, I mean, I guess we could do another. I don't know if there's enough people in the chat box right now. But no, we won't do it. We won't do it.
No.
So we're gonna go ahead and play.
Please
So
don't.
there's
last time I
yeah.
went home, my blood pressure was high.
You-
I was not feeling the game. I almost died.
Damn. Oh, we're not. We can't afford ambulances. We'll call you an Uber, but that's
Get
it.
her some chamomile tea or something.
Right?
You should have seen. It it was so. Oh my God! I almost died, and
Do we need to
I was
sign
the
like an
first
insurance
one
release
out.
form?
No,
I don't like that.
what got her crazy is the idea of playing for somebody. She was really trying to have them win, so she had a lot of pressure. Like, you know, if I gave you, like, if you played for Keith and he was playing for Chris and you're playing for, like, Ron, so now you're playing for somebody. I don't know why, but she got so nervous, and she couldn't stop laughing. She started making me laugh. That's why I lost, Chris. I'm gonna tell you right now, Chris. That's why we lost, because Maria. She had me laughing.
That's how you make it happen. I mean, that's the point.
So
I lost it.
And we also learned we can't say the category ahead because the chat box is cheating. Because we started off with R&B singers. Before we could even start the game, they were like, Usher, Tank. They were just throwing them out. I was like, you guys cannot tell the answers, you cheaters. So we decided, I don't even know what the category is. Kosi, our producer, is going to go ahead and tell us the category. And we're going to start off with Mari. And we're going to go this way.
Yes.
I wasn't sad.
So, or do you want to go this way so you get an idea? Okay, we'll go this way. So we'll go Mari, Jackie,
When it comes
Maria.
to pop culture, I don't know.
Asha. No, we don't. No, I'm not saying that's the category. It
Yeah,
can
it could be
change.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just gonna throw it out, and we're gonna start.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to do the rhythm? So you get the rhythm, Maria? Yeah. Okay, that's part of the game. I just don't want to make too much. We'll use our laps, not the table.
Before we start the game, though, Chris keeps telling us, because he told us that last week, that
Yes.
we have not cleared the music, and he's telling his boss. So I don't know who his boss is, but Chris, you're not coming for us.
You've not cleared the price. Oh, I played less than 15 seconds. I'm good, Chris. I'm good.
Clear the sample.
Don't be.
We have no rights to this song.
it's because he works for CBS. That's why.
Okay.
Look, Chris. Snitches get what? Snitches get
Stitches.
That's right. That's right. Don't get no stitches, Chris. You're supposed to be my good news family. Damn it. Okay, are y'all ready?
Yes.
And it's less than
Shit.
10 seconds, Chris. It's less than 10. Keith is already. There's no teams. He said Team Maria.
Thank you, Keith. I was just responding to you, honey. Thank you.
Raul said Team Myra. Myra's not even here.
I was like, Raul, you're on your own with this.
Okay, if you guys want to we'll do teams, but we're not giving out a T-shirt this week, okay? Until Ron gets his shirt.
We're not giving out anything but pride.
Nobody. Yeah, you'll get a high five. All right, so you can pick your teams.
You wash your hands.
You're playing for Keith. I don't know who's playing for Myra over here. Raul's
Y'all,
playing
for Team Madi, you know the deal. We're going to lose.
We're just assign. We'll just assign. Ron.
Okay, Maria.
Maria's taking her
ready.
jacket
coming
off.
off.
Goodness.
Jesus, let me stretch this shirt out.
Are you stretching over there? Are you trying to do the
I
splits?
gotta make sure I can breathe.
Oh my God!
All right, here we go.
Okay, there we go. Viviana said Team Jackie.
Whatever.
So we have Madi left. We have the
You guys.
Lionheart, and we have Asha. If you guys want to pick those teams as well.
We should start the game and then let them, like, catch up. And if I win, y'all, that's it. Nobody can ever be on my team.
Or I'll just assign.
I'll be bitter.
Raul, you can't rep for Myra. She's not even here. Get out of here, Raul. Get out of here.
Raul, just for that, Raul, you're on my team, and we're definitely going to lose.
Oh my God. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Kosi, are you ready? We're starting with Madi and we're going this way.
All
Okay.
right, Team Lionheart, Chris is with you.
Concentration.
thanks.
Concentration is
Is
the
that-
game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game.
Starting with
Names that start with a C.
What?
Boy names that start with the C.
Carlos.
Chris.
Kanye.
You mother.
Hold on.
She
Hold
said
on.
phonetically or letter?
I don't care. I
Sounds
spell
like-
it my way.
I'll play my way.
You're out. You're out. You're
You're
muted.
muted.
You're muted. Hashtag mute Maria.
Kanye.
First
I
round.
love it. Kanye with a C. Like cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Cayenne pepper.
No, you should have said Cayenne, not Kanye. There's a difference.
His mom did not know what she was doing. It's Kanye with the C, C-H.
I'm actually gonna play. So I'm gonna go
Sorry,
ahead and play one of the
I
songs.
wasn't ready. I'm
This
on the chat
song,
box.
I'm gonna mute you. This song is from Lionheart. It's called Kingdom Come. So we're gonna go ahead and play it as a background as we're playing Concentration. All right, you guys ready? You're gonna have a new category this time, so be ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Concentration, concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Missionary.
69.
I don't even know what you
Sex
said.
positions.
Oh, that's not my department.
Oh, just kidding. Done.
Yeah, Team Virgin over here. So
Okay.
ain't no
What
positions
about
coming
the
Hey.
game? What about like the pictures? You seen pictures?
Well, I'm a virgin.
Hey, round of
I
applause
can't give
for
you no
that.
sex positions. Yeah.
But you know the pictures.
She only knows the
Girl,
prayer
you seen
position.
the prayer. There you go.
Waiting
That's a
for
good
a
one.
ring
She
position.
said she only
That's
knows
what
the
I'm
prayer
in.
position.
Waiting for that rock position.
Prayer position. Oh, that was a
well,
good one.
I didn't know that. That's new.
Hey,
to
shout
me.
out to you. Shout out to you. Hey.
She keeps her panties clean, y'all.
Thank you.
Just because she's a virgin doesn't mean they're clean. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn. Maria called
Oh
it out.
shoot! She
All right.
called you didn't wash your laundry today. You said your panties.
I didn't say that.
All right, that brings it down to 3 people right
Oh,
here.
gosh.
Oh
Here we
shoot!
go.
Yeah, I lost by default,
Default.
girl. That's all you.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Concentration. Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm or you'll be out the game. Starting with
Fast food.
Burger King,
McDonald's,
Oh, In and Out.
Carl's Jr.,
Taco Bell.
My mom's house.
Wendy's.
Oh, man.
You were thinking about her,
I
huh?
was going to say Winchell's for some reason. I don't know.
Why can't y'all give me fast? Give me fast food.
Yeah, you would know
We
that.
could have gone on for a little minute.
Oh, my God. All right. Here we go. It's down to 2 people, Marty and the Lionheart.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh!
Here we go. I'll do the thing for you guys. Ready? Here we go.
Lion, come on.
Concentration. Concentration is the
I'm
game.
off beat.
Keep the rhythm or you'll be out the game. Starting with,
Thing you should do on a first date.
hey,
Make out.
Hold
Hey.
hands.
hey,
Get awkward.
hey,
Eat dinner.
hey,
Have sex.
hey,
Stare into each other's eyes.
hey.
Follow them home.
First date?
I won. You know that's real. You know that happens. You seen that show? It happens.
Hey, girl, you want to follow me back to my place or back to your
Hey, I didn't say they were gonna know you followed them. I just said you were gonna follow them.
So your first date, not like your
That's
first
intense,
stalker.
girl.
Like I don't.
That's intense.
I still
It
won.
sounds like there's a story behind this.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I love
Halfway.
Oh,
Yeah, houseway.
I'll give that to you.
all right. Finally, Marty wins a game.
No, yay. After like 6 years on the radio.
I just want to let you guys know that Keith said Kanye with the C is a name.
Sorry, no.
No.
He's only.
Not
he's-
even verified.
Not sorry.
Keith,
no,
you're just
okay.
sad
Sorry.
you lost. You,
Keith, you're
you should
don't-
have got with the money team.
You don't count because Maria's your team. So no, we're not taking your word for it. Cheaters. Oh my God! Congratulations, Marty!
Ron
You finally
said
won
be
your
Be a
game.
stalker. I don't know about that, Ron. I don't want to be a
Well,
stalker.
you sound
but
like a stalker, following them home.
I'm just saying
Said
it
so,
happens. You
like,
said first
intensely follow them
episode.
home.
She
Follow
did.
them
Her
home.
eyes even went like so intense. Follow them
I pulled
home.
up a map with lots of circles on it.
This was a little creepy. Do you want to talk about this?
Not right now. Different segment.
All right. That was hilarious. You guys are too funny. Okay, so how do you think that went?
That was great. I had no follow up to that.
Yeah,
Is it-
she totally threw you off. That's what
Yeah.
it was. I
That's
think
the
that
game
was her
plan.
game plan.
When you pulled out your personal stories, like, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like one time at band camp.
it got real. It got
Yeah.
too real too soon.
Yeah, you're like, I
What
don't
else
know.
do you do on a first date? Put your finger in his ear?
I mean, you might black out. I just don't know.
Black out?
You might roofie
You
somebody.
roofied him?
No.
Marty,
Wow.
I feel like I
No.
don't even know you.
I just
Who
like to keep
are
it.
you?
I don't know. Does anybody ever
That
really
ain't
know?
even,
No,
you
I'm
can't
just
even
kidding.
say keep it casual. 'Cause
That
ain't-
is
Yeah,
not
I'm
casual.
like, you guys.
that is
You guys?
not-
Wow.
I'm just kidding. My man's like, what the fuck?
Your
That's
man,
how it happened?
Your man's like, that's how she got me.
Yeah.
Like, chained up
He's
at
like,
the
I can't
house.
remember. I just turned around and she was there.
She followed me
Yeah.
home.
She followed me home.
Oh my
now he
God.
Mama
never
didn't
leave.
raise no quitter.
That's hilarious. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. Congratulations to Marty.
Thank you,
Yay.
y'all. The one time where nothing's at stake.
I know.
And nobody wanted to be on my team. Except
well,
Raul, you're on my team by default.
By
so
default.
there you go.
We put you on there. You,
Next time you pick Myra, think about this one time. Or one special time.
that one time. That's hilarious. Well, okay, good game. That was fun.
Yes.
That was
Thanks
a
for
good
playing my
one.
song, Jackie.
Of
That's nice.
course. Yes.
Yeah.
Your song
Thank
is
you
there.
for
You know what? I'll probably be playing all of your songs throughout. I mean, both of your songs throughout the topic. So
that's
when
good.
it ends, I'll play another one and stuff.
I like that.
So this one right here is by the Lionheart. It's Kingdom Come. So, and just really quick, before we go into the topic,
sure.
you just dropped a music video.
Yes, I just dropped the music video for Kingdom Come, and it's on my YouTube page.
Yes.
Only on my YouTube.
What is? How can people find you on YouTube?
If you type in the Lionheart and then Kingdom Come,
In the Kingdom.
because it's okay. There's a lot of Lionhearts out there. All right. So every time
Talk
I
about
even
it.
search myself on YouTube, it takes a minute to find me. So you have to type in specifically, or there's a link. There's actually a link in my Instagram page. If you guys go to my Instagram page at the Lionheart Music, you can
At the
find me.
Lionheart
So I kind of saw a little bit. I haven't seen the whole thing, but what was your inspiration for that? Because you have like, what is that? A fork?
Yeah, a pitchfork.
A
Or
pitchfork.
the concept behind it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very creative.
Well, thank you very much. Well, the whole concept behind the album is to tell my story, like my journey of how I became the Lionheart, but in a very like thematic, cinematic way. But the videos are supposed to represent the imagination of like if you were a child and you're imagining yourself in different places, if that makes any sense.
Oh, okay.
So it's supposed to be very minimal, but just so the viewer can kind of like live the journey along with me, but in their own way. So wherever they are in their like home or place, even if they're not where they want to be, they can always imagine that they're there, and that'll get them there. So that's what the whole concept is. So it's like, starting out in a small town, in a city, small town, and then like growing up to be somebody great. But it's just all in my imagination, but it's real, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. I like
Love
that.
That's super creative.
Yes.
And how do you get these ideas? It's just something you've always thought about, or just comes to you when you're writing the music? When you're writing the music, or do you envision like, making the
Or is
music
it like
video?
a team effort? Like, do you bounce your ideas off of like other people?
Oh, definitely. I know, Asha here, she's our creative director.
She is, by the way. I know
So-
she's creative.
Yeah, so she does like all of the set design. She does help us with our concepts and things like that. So if I have any ideas, because my ideas can be all over the place as a creative sometimes, so she helps to hone it all.
I feel you. I'm like
in
that too.
to one place.
Yeah.
But no, literally, this is all written from. It was all written from my own, like inspiration, my own life.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it in a colorful way to where people could comprehend.
Yeah.
Like articulate it in a way to where even if you're some 10-year-old child listening to my album or, 40 years old, you can understand and relate to
Yeah.
it. You know?
That's awesome.
That's
That
hard
is
to do.
awesome.
That's hard to do. Props to you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we'll go ahead and play that while we start off and jump into the topic. So today's topic is women's representation in media. So I know a lot of you guys have something to say about this particular topic because I mean we all watched TV, we've listened to radio, we've watched advertisements, magazines. It's all wrapped in there. So, as we all know, the media is and has been statistically dominated by men who hold vast majority of power positions. The media platform includes everything like film, radio, television, advertisement, social media, and video games. For many years, men have been the writers, producers, directors, which determines the roles and characters and how women are represented in movies and TV shows. Just recently, the number of women in the media industry has recently risen, but even though the employment has increased, women still do not benefit from an equal voice. So would you agree with that statement that even though that there's more women in media, they
Right.
still don't have the exact like equal voice in creating like certain things that are put out there in the mass media?
Yeah, I would say yes, and more importantly, not that like they don't have the opportunity to, but there's still the issue of representation. Like women are not often portrayed in like positions or roles of like power or independence or strength. Like oftentimes women are portrayed as like the character that's like the girlfriend or the wife or like the romantic interest. So even though yes, there's more opportunities job wise for women to be in the industry, I think the representation that comes out of it and like the way that women are affected by watching that hasn't really changed too much because there's still like a backseat to women. Like we're still like either no representation in the show or the video or whatever have you media, or we do have representation, but we have like unrealistic bodies or unrealistic habits or like unrealistic eating like that's going on the representation like visually. So I think it's like still a struggle. So yes, there's more jobs, but are we portrayed more often or in a better light? I don't know.
What do you think, Lionheart?
A lot of what you said is very like I agree with. I just always believe that more women need to speak up and actually have the confidence to stand in their position of what they do. I know, like, I was raised by, like, very free-thinking parents. So I was never like, oh, you're a woman or you're a man and these are your roles and what you have to do. It's like who you are as a creative, who you are as a person, and just be confident in that. And whatever boundaries that society has and the world has, you will always surpass them.
Right.
You'll never fall into them. So
Your parents were telling you this?
Yeah, as
Wow.
growing up, and especially my father, like, he's very respectful to women. So I could
love
say
that.
I had a really great upbringing. And also, like, my mentor now, and just, you know, and just seeing how things are in the media, like, I wouldn't call myself like, oh, I'm just a voice for women, or I'm just a voice for, you know, women engineers. It's like, I'm a voice for the creator.
Okay.
And so if you're a creator, whether you're a man or a woman, I believe, like I said before, you just have to have the confidence to stand up no matter, regardless of what backlash comes from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how you make history as even a woman or
And being as an
yourself.
engineer, because engineers is mostly like a man
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, it's like a dominated
You haven't
STEM.
experienced anything that.
I mean, I have, but it's what you give attention to.
Yeah.
So it's just
Really,
having,
though.
you know,
Like
it-
what you feed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what you feed. Because I've run into people that were very disrespectful or tried to knock me down because I am in that position as
Yeah.
a woman. But because I don't go into a mindset of allowing myself to feel like I'm less than or I need to build
Yeah.
myself up to be at that level, I already walk in at that level. I know who I am. I know what I can do. So why am I going to lower my level of thinking so I can fight back up to be that? If that makes
Yeah, like
any
why
sense.
argue with you when I already know I'm not that?
Yeah, so whatever
Yeah.
you got to say is whatever they have to say. It's like not even giving it any attention.
But can you say that by you speaking up, you're also speaking for people that are going to come after you?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, speak up. Like, don't let people walk all over you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going.
Don't let it
to-
affect you.
Yeah, don't let it affect you.
Your
'cause
energy, your spirit.
People are gonna be encouraged by it regardless. So whether I say it's already given, you know, I'm a woman. You look at me, I'm a woman. Why do I always have to remind you or myself, I'm a woman? I'm a woman. No,
Right.
I'm a confident creator, and that's who I am
love
everywhere I
that.
go. So if you're inspired by it, thank God.
And
Yeah.
we don't really see it like that. We don't say like, "Oh, I'm a woman, but we are constantly reminded
Of it, yeah.
of it
everywhere we go.
when we don't get a voice in certain meetings and at
Yeah.
work, at in anywhere.
Yeah.
So we're constantly reminded about it. We don't have to like promote it and say like, "I'm a woman, hear me roar." Like
Exactly.
I'm
other
here.
People, other people say that they're like, "Oh, you're a woman.
You're
Here
a
you
woman.
roar," and I'm
we're
like, what the
reminded
fuck?
by it. So
Yeah.
we're like, okay, so we're constantly. So
Yeah.
this is why I think a lot of. Literally, I'm so excited for a lot of the movements that are happening. There's so many. I've seen so many like brunches, panels, just gatherings of women coming together for different reasons. If it's for the work base, if it's for family. Like,
Yeah.
Maria, didn't you just go to an event at a friend's house who put something together for women?
Yes.
Right?
I did. It was help me out here. It's Valentine, but all women. Is it Galentine, right?
Galentine.
And
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
I've
my
heard of that.
first official one. And this is actually their second year that they launch it off. And not everybody there was single. And they did have a bowl where everybody was able to put an anonymous question that they just wanted to talk about. And it was so powerful. No tears were shed, which was said that the year before that a lot of tears were shed. But I just thought that that was a great way just to connect, help each other out. Just, I'm all about women empowerment. And anytime that I can be a part of something like that, like I make sure that I attend or I go. And it was my first. And I was like, you guys have to do this more than just Galentine.
Yeah.
Because you'd be amazed.
Support group.
Like, oh my goodness, if I could tell you how powerful it was. And these women all brought a dish. Like, it was just so beautiful, so powerful. It was black and brown women, and it was just, nothing against any other race, but it was just
Special.
It was just special. And if,
Yeah.
if women can just do that on a constant and empower each other, I mean, imagine what our young girls would be doing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We if you teach, the young girls learn, and what happens to that? They go ahead and they start doing it.
Because we definitely need more role models.
Yes.
Good ones. Good ones,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
will say. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I love what you said too about building each other up as women, starting in our own community
Yes.
to build each other up. You know what I mean?
And you know, like us women, sometimes we do get caught up with like, oh my gosh, she is not matching her. Oh Lord, she shouldn't be wearing that. And,
Like
and
those
it's
nails.
not about that. Yes, you know, it's not about that because you don't know what that person's background.
Well, they do say that women dress up for ourselves, but for other women, not even for men.
Oh, wow.
That's
like
I've
that
heard that
pressure.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
pressure.
because of the way that it is set up. Like people are gonna, like you said, like women, we're harder on each other for some reason. We are definitely harder on each other. I do really quick. I just changed the song. I want to talk about this song. It's called Onyx by Asha. Asha, do you want to talk about this song?
Yes. Okay. So Onyx. Basically, a quick basis of my album. So all of the tracks are named after precious gems or stones, and the reason why I did that is because to me, I believe that's how everyone should look at themselves, that they are unique, that they are one of a kind, that they are precious, and that's how God views them, and that's how they should value themselves. And so that's the basis for that, amongst other things. But Onyx was just an experience that I had obviously in the love department, but it's more to it than that. But basically, it's trying to love someone who doesn't know how to love properly because of the fact that they've never really known truly what love is, and they've come to a place of being hurt before, kind of had a hardened heart, and now they are experiencing something real but don't know how to accept the realness. And it's like the person basically just taking those steps with them. So instead of making it difficult for them, it's still loving them through that and that type of experience in a nutshell, amongst other things. But that's like the basis of it.
Man, that's
So that's the
beautiful.
that's the dialogue that's happening.
So you really throw your own experiences into your writing.
Mm-hmm.
Into your
Experiences, different things that I've seen, or just different things that have inspired me. But majority of it's actual experiences that I've had, or like conversations, and I just turned it into like poetry and made it relatable. Right. So a lot of the songs that I have are like double meanings. It could be to relate to someone in a situation that they will be able to understand, yet it's an actual experience that I had. So yeah.
Now the person that you wrote this song about, do they know it's about them?
I don't know. I've never I've never said who it was about, but it was an exit. I don't we don't even need to tread that road.
Are they going to come back? Or do you think it's a possibility for them to return and come back and work
Or is this
things
a song
out?
where it's like,
No.
it was good and then it was over?
Let it go, girl. Let it go. You had to like let it go, because it gets to a point where if a person really doesn't want to or is not willing,
That growth.
just because you just have to let it go so they can see from themselves. Like it just gets to that point. It's a difference if you're loving someone through something and you see like those little stepping stones and it's like, okay, cool. But if it gets to a point where it's just becomes unhealthy and then they're kind of just striving off of that consistent type of like tension, it starts turning into something totally different.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So you guys being
Yes.
women in the music industry, what obstacles have you guys like feel like you've overcome?
Definitely the whole image thing and having confidence and not being like over sexualized.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's
that's a good
exactly
one,
it.
yeah.
So
Definitely.
What
that typecast.
you knowing that sexy or sex sells, what like, because you guys are sexy. Don't get me wrong, you're beautiful, but you don't
Thank
put
you.
that on the gram like that.
Or you don't necessarily have to show skin. I think that you can exude sexiness in your own way, but
Yeah.
but you're not like out here with like form-fitted clothing or a lot of leg or a lot of like
Yeah.
boobs showing. So how do you call for attention or get other people to?
Without falling into the whole sexy like Instagram vibe and being like, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying like, because it's hard, because that's what sells and that's why they do it. But it takes people like you ladies who show more creative, more, your styles are different, but you're still sexy. So how do you not fall into that?
Well, for me,
Because you're still, at the end of the day, you still want to get your music out there, right?
Yes.
You want people to come to your page and come to your and listen and download. So how do you do it without? Because women think that that's women think that that's the only way.
It's not. It definitely is not, and I know that from experience. But for me, it's really the point of like when they say sex sells, but it needs to be a point where confidence sells.
Yes.
And for me, that's really what I strive to really instill in both men and women and any youth that I come across that want to ask me things, because I do get messages like, "Hey, Asha, how do you go about this? How did you start this?" And it's like, I'm giving the information freely because I want to see other people flourish. I want to see them do what they have a passion for. They're just scared to step out because they don't know how people are going to receive it. We've all been there. But if you're confident and you have that passion for what you do, like I have a love for art. Anybody who meets me knows that. I'll say I love everything from dancing, visual arts, anything that I can get my hands into creatively. And nobody can tell me otherwise because this is something that I love and I know that I'm purposed to do. So I'm confident in it. And you're just going with that confidence. It sets a demand. So you already set up that standard. So it's like when you walk into a room and you say like, wow, that man or that woman has a demeanor about them. They have a aura about them, is because they demand that respect. And so when you have that confidence, no one can tell you anything otherwise. So it sets the atmosphere and you demand that respect. Not that you're trying to put anybody down, but it's like, hey, you going to step into my space. You better show me some respect and respect this confidence. And in turn, I will respect you. You got to give it to get it.
With the program. Get with the
program. I
program.
tell my daughters that all the time. You have to give it to get it.
This one right here is called Topas.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that. Topas.
Topas. That's the Mexican in me right there. Topas.
There's no R, but can you roll that? Can you roll?
Topas. Toropas.
That's a whole different stone, y'all.
Yeah.
Jackie done made up a whole different stone.
The reggaeton one.
Oh, well, this one's not on your new album, but this one just popped up. It's
that was like the very first
Single.
I released. That was like when I was like putting like
This is a good one too, girl.
stepping out.
It's called Amethyst or Amethyst. Okay.
Yes.
So you're, we're having another conversation about topics. You guys will be hearing Asha and the Lionhearts music in the background. So every time there's like a new one, I might just say the name of it so you guys can know what it is.
Yeah. I know earlier we were talking about the area of, the sexualization and stereotypes. And actually it's funny that this song played because this was created out of like a stereotype.
Oh, really? Explain that.
So the chorus is that I know I'm a good girl, but good girls are fun too type of situation. It's like when somebody knows like, okay, you have morals, you have values, you're a good girl, you can never do wrong type of thing. So basically you're boring, you're plain, ain't nothing going on with you type of situation. And having those different types of stereotypes because of the fact that I'm a firm believer in what I believe in, and there's really no gray areas for me. So when they find that out, it's just like, oh, okay, so you really ain't into nothing. But it's like, just because I'm not doing certain things or being rebellious in certain areas to what you guys consider not good doesn't mean that I'm not an interesting person or I don't have anything to bring to the table. Right. And so that was kind of like how that song was created from that stereotype. Like, good girls are boring. They ain't got nothing.
There's like this saying that I can't think of it, but I'm gonna try to describe it. Like the good apples, the best apples are at the top of the tree, and you have to like climb up there to get them.
Do a little extra work.
So whoever ends up with you has to do that work, and if they can't do the work, then they're not the one for you.
That's
Asha.
right, girl.
Thank you.
Just letting you know.
Jackie.
Thank you.
Yes,
Jackie.
Yeah.
It's the same. I can't think of it, but it's legit.
something like that.
It's like
something like that.
the juice, like the best apples are at the top.
They require the most.
They
work.
require the most work. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Usually the ones at the bottom, they're hanging on the ground. They're easy to get, but they're not
They're past their prime.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang, that's good, Jackie.
So it's something like that.
I like that, Jackie. Thank
but
you.
just know
I appreciate that, for real.
Whoever, if you want, they got to work to get to you, just know that it's gonna be worth it. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the chat box with Maria. Maria, what are they saying in the chat box? Let us know.
So Ron watched the Grammys. I mean, not the Grammys, the Oscars, and he said that the View won an award, and then not the View. I'm sorry. Yes, the View and the
Real. No, not the Real.
Yeah, and they were the. I'm sorry.
The winners?
I was chatting with Kosi and wasn't ready.
No worries.
So it says that did you ladies watch the Oscars? And he said that the producers were on The View today and it wowed him away. I didn't get to watch it, but did you guys watch it at all?
I didn't get to watch the Oscars actually. No,
I wanted to.
No. So wait, the producers were on the TV today on The View.
Yes.
Are they like?
Wait, the producers of what though? Of the Oscars?
So he said, did you ladies see the Oscars win? Period. End of sentence. The producers were on the TV today on The View, and it wowed him away.
I didn't, but I
I
guess
have
I'm going to
not.
check
I'll
that
have
out.
to check that out.
Yeah, I
Still on
don't.
Hulu.
I don't.
But I do want to give a shout out to everybody that's on the chat box.
Yes.
Lupe, Ron, I see you guys. Kathy, as usual.
Yes,
she's
we
giving
love
you
Hi,
the
it.
heads up.
Kathy. Kathy just shared her
yeah.
wedding pictures.
Yeah, I know.
They're
Weren't they
awesome, by
awesome?
the way.
Yeah.
Wait, congratulations, Kathy.
You're late.
I am. I mean, where was I?
You
Why
were.
am I
I don't know
not
why you were
connected
here.
to this?
So
We
the
were
night,
telling you.
the night
I'm
of my
kidding.
birthday, remember Maddie left early because she was driving to San Francisco. She was driving to Kathy's wedding, and Kathy just shared her wedding pictures
Yeah.
on Instagram today.
International
Oh,
Women's Day.
okay.
Celebrating
Congratulations,
love.
Kathy.
Yes.
We also have Chris in here.
Hi, Chris. We see you.
He keeps reminding us about the music.
And
So Chris,
clocking the samples.
Yes.
You know what, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
I thought we were friends, Chris. I thought we were
You said I'm
friends.
Team Lionheart.
Hey, I'm Team
That-
Chris.
yes,
Thanks,
that
Chris.
was- That was during.
Oh, that was during the game.
Oh,
He,
dang.
he tried to say, Maria, who is Kanye with the C?
But then Keith
We gon' find
responded,
him. We gon'
Kanye
find
is a
him.
name. It all depends. You know, all parents. Anissa.
Wait, pause right there real quick.
Uh-huh.
Chris said I listened to her album last night. So I'm trying
Asha.
to Asha or to Lionheart. How do you know?
I think it might be-
Because
Because
Lionheart.
he said I'm Team Lionheart.
We
So
talked
he
no,
probably-
but we also talked about your album first.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then we talked about Asha.
Make yourself clear, man.
Yeah,
What is
Chris,
this?
whose album did you listen to last night?
album,
You should
huh?
listen to both of them last night. How about that?
At what time?
Well, he said it was dope. Whoever album he listened to,
was
I did
dope.
ask him, but he didn't respond, so he must have tuned out.
He's probably in the bathroom. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
He'll come back. He'll come back
It'll
and
be a while.
answer.
It'll
I
be a
mean,
while.
we all had a hand in it. I mean, I helped mix and master her whole album, produce a few songs on there, so that's cool.
Yay, that's awesome.
That's
Thank
right.
you for me too.
I think like the collaborating part is great. I think like a big thing that I took away from what you guys were talking about as far as confidence and like what you do and bringing people with you is like the example that you set like truly does inspire people. Like that's a huge statistic. Is like not only is it important that women be given the opportunity, but when you take those opportunities and other women see you do that, like that in of itself is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that's very inspiring to see. And I think even in like the small moments where you feel like, oh man, like I'm the only one here, like other people seeing that you are the only one there is like it's inspiring on its own. So
Yeah.
I think what you're doing, I think the industry that you're in and trying to like penetrate and like be successful in is like so difficult. So it's like props to you.
Speaking of that, you are two women with different sounds,
Yes.
different styles. You don't fall into the stereotype of what media would normally say.
Or sell to the radio, really.
For example, I'm going to go ahead and use Mariah and Whitney, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Like, I literally think that if those artists got together, they can create great music. Even if they don't have to be on the albums, but like you guys work behind your albums. You know what I mean? Like, how would you give it, or what advice would you give, or what works for you guys that you guys collab and you don't allow the media or social media or people in general to like come between you guys to be able to work together? Because I know women we're prideful, we're passionate, we want the best for all of each other, but at the same time we are the most critical on each other. And at the same time, like I remember like me and my sisters, I love them to death, and we are the first ones to like girl, like do this or do that, or like, you know what I mean, like call each other out on your BS, but at the same time we know it's come from love. Like just the other day I was arguing with my sister Anna, after we calmed down, because we're alpha females, and after we calmed down, we were like, okay, I'm sorry for coming at you like this, but I took it like this, but at the end of the day, I want nothing but love and happiness and success for us. So you guys could have arguments, but because you know, disagreements, but you don't have to continue and string it out. Because let's say Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they had a beef. Okay, but how can you guys get over it, talk about it, communicate, and then work together? Like literally, I understand you're not always going to see eye to eye, especially when you're both strong alpha females. I get it. You're going to bump heads, but also be a leader. communicate, talk about it, and get over it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how you guys working so much together, being sorry, Asha's over here. Sorry for the gnats.
It's okay. It was just like super close, and I'm like focusing on you, so I'm like, good Lord.
Just go up in here.
Producer got you. Producer got you.
Thanks, boo. Thank you.
So, what would you guys recommend, or what works for you two ladies?
Do you mind if I just say something before you do?
Hey, go ahead, girl.
I love that.
I know.
Well, I would just like to say it's because Asha and it's not a competition for us. We've never seen it as a competition. The key is to be solid in your own identity, know where you shine, know where your strengths are, and then allowing the other person to shine at what they do. Like I know Asha, she's very like awesome, visually creative. She's great like lyrically. So the places where I sense that I'm a little weak at, I let her shine and vice versa.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, I need to one up on you. It's like, how can we rise together? We know that we're both solid, we're both confident, we're both leaders. So we have the maturity to actually have like these grown-up interactions and conversations without having anything in the back of my mind like, oh, she's going to outshine me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I love that you said that because I was going to start out with saying that the relationship is important, building relationships. And I feel like people don't take the time to do that anymore. Not even necessarily between a man or woman, just relationships in general.
Friends, anything, family.
Yeah, exactly. And as we know, when you're in a relationship with someone, there is going to be the times that you find out the strengths and weaknesses in that person. But as you guys grow and you see, okay, you need to be stretched a little bit more here, or I could assist you over here. And it's about taking those strengths and weaknesses and seeing how that synergy could come together, that chemistry that's working, because it's the areas that, like what Lion said, that she's lacking in, I step in to help. And you never know, in the process of helping or showing her how to do something, she grows into something to where like, okay, she's good in that area now. Like, I figured it out. Thank you for the tips. And here we go type of situation. It's seeing how you can bring out the best in that person and see how you guys grow together. Right. And to me, that has to be done in a lot of relationships, even in business.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I'm going to just jump in real quick to the chat box because I have Paisa Lives Matter. He says, that's a lie. Women are always competing with each other. Now, let me go ahead and address that real quick. Yes, I will say that they are competing, but that's not a bad thing. Boys compete all the time. Serena Williams and her sister Venus, I'm sure that they've competed against each other. Like, I got you. But there can be a healthy competition. It doesn't have to turn nasty. It doesn't have to turn bad. Right. Like, I can be like, Maria, I'm going to race you outside. We're going to see who gets to the stop sign first, girl. And we're going to compete. Yeah. There's a difference.
I trip you. I'll make sure I do everything
I'm going to push
possible.
you. So, like, this is what I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with competing. Like, as far as, like, yeah, I do agree that women do compete, but you guys make it seem like we compete in a negative way. Like, men compete all the time with your egos and stuff. So, but you guys are fine. Women can do that too, and we're gonna be fine too. But sometimes we fall under the whole media of like, because when there's a fight, when you have a girl fight at the school, people are like, girl fight, and everybody like run and stuff. Like, no, we need to be able to take control of that type of situation.
But see,
and not
those are
fall
the things
into
that really define us in the sense of being of the gender roles, because when you say like women compete, now they have the stereotype that women are so emotional, this and that. It's the only reason why you say that is because 90% of the time women show how they're feeling. They express. We're
That's
quicker.
a gift, by the way.
Exactly.
It's healthy, by the way.
Exactly. So we're quicker to express and get to the point of something, whereas a man will have to kind of like hold it in or suppress or go about it a different way.
That's why you die faster.
Exactly. Just because not die faster. I'm not agreeing with that. But just because
women live longer, and that's also because if I'm crying, that's an emotion. Don't hide it. Happiness is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. So why are you going to hide sadness as an emotion? It's an emotion. Do it. Feel it. We live longer because we do express ourselves. We do share. Yeah, we cry. So what? But at the end of the day, we know how to keep going with our life. We can have a hard-ass day, a hard-ass life, and we're still going to keep it going.
Yeah. So I do want to say, though, that the women in here, I do believe that we are all on the same page with women empowerment. However, there are women out there that do compete and do want to come up, but and they do want to use another woman as a
It's not always possible. Not every woman is like that thinking. Right, you're right.
Does that?
Right.
Okay, so let's just be real and look at that. With the.
But not
the
every
leg.
man's a gentleman, so I get it. And
Exactly.
I'm not saying
So
every
you have
woman
a little
on that.
bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
can expect that from both. You can't say it's just strictly women, it's strictly men. If there's emotions has no gender, it has no color. There's certain things that people just operate in, whether you're a man or a woman. So you can't place those things in gender roles. So you have to stop being ignorant in that area.
Yeah, there's categories too of women and men, I believe. So I believe that we're all at a different sect. We are entrepreneurs. We're women that have our own businesses. You know what I mean? So our goals are a little bit higher. We've grown to a different level. So I believe those petty things that we can't hold on to because they won't get us to where we need to go.
Right.
So it's a whole completely different class of women that we're talking
And
about.
you're right. And I'm going to go ahead and agree with you and Maria in saying, like, not every women have that mindset.
Yes.
But I mean, that's kind of why I made this show, because a lot of women that I ended up talking to said that they prefer having male friends versus female friends. And I'm like, but there's something about having a female community, female friend, a female group that you're missing out on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like this is one of my reasons why I created this show called Ladies Night Radio. And I wanted to bring different women of different backgrounds, cultures, religions, even perspective. Like, so there's things that me and Marty don't look on eye to eye, but guess
True.
what? We respect each other.
Well,
Like just
okay.
yesterday we had a team meeting and we had a disagreement, but we left. We hugged each other. We gave
was
each other
good.
that respect, and we're like, okay, well, you know, I felt like this, you felt like that, but now we know that, you know,
How to make it work.
How to make it work. But that's the only way to make it work is to communicate. I could have easily be like, well, forget her, but I'm not. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not my personality. One and two, she's my family. There's no way that you're gonna get rid of me, girl.
Right, no, I'm gonna see you
but
next
that's
week.
But that's with all my friends. Like, I got my friend Veronica Chavidas here. Shout out to Veronica who came through. I've known her since 2002. You know, we met through a sorority. And there was different personalities in that sorority, and there's some girls in that sorority that we don't ever talk to anymore because it wasn't our cup of tea.
Yeah.
But you find, luckily, I met Kosi through the sorority. I met her. I met so many amazing, wonderful people through this organization. But at the same time, it's like that really taught me the different types of women that they're out there.
Yeah.
And I want to be an example to women, and I want to just be a voice to bring people together. Like, I feel like I can try to make that difference, and if not change the world, at least make a difference within like a handful of people. If I've made a difference or changed your mind on things on like a handful of people, I feel successful. I feel like I made a change in the world. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the chat again because Paisa is really coming for us. He is saying okay, well, he's asking us, what do we believe, where do we stand in the whole Cardi B and Nicki feud? So
I think it's
I
old
don't know
news.
if anybody wants to start on that. I have my take on that, but I don't know if you want to start on that.
I think my take was, and that the media, first of all, obviously mixes things up and fuels the fire because we never really knew who, quote unquote, started it. But I will say, when it comes to talking about other people's children, that's not something that is ever okay. And I think that if you're going to start doing that, you deserve a good ass whooping. So what happened at the gala, I think it should have gone down fairly, and she should have never thrown a shoe. So
Who threw the shoe again?
I think Cardi threw her shoe, but I
Cardi
think,
threw
but
the
like
shoe.
somebody sucker punched her.
Oh, okay.
Like, so that's why she threw her
One of
shoe.
Nicki's
Okay.
friends or
Yeah.
something like that.
So I think that's where it's like what you were saying is like, what kind of women do we want to be, and like what kind of women do we want to interact with? Like,
And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my own anger gets in the middle of it, and then after I calm down, I'm like, dang, I could have.
that was not worth it.
I could have handled it differently.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, I just had an argument with my sister Anna, and like we literally were like heated, and we're both gonna. And then after we calmed down, I'm like, I should have handled it differently.
Yeah.
But my thing with Nicki and Cardi is, I really am a fan of both of them. I really am. Musically, and then and the fact that both of them are very, I don't know, to an extent, they're a bit of feminists. They're both about bringing women up. And like when Nicki Minaj first came out, she was really trying to be like there for the women and stuff like that.
She was
but
very, like,
somewhere
extreme.
in there she got lost. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with your team. It has a lot to do with the media.
Yeah.
And then Cardi B, she is for the women too. Because I remember when I didn't watch all of them, but I remember seeing. What show was she? What reality show was she on? Was it hip hop?
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. There was where
New
she
York,
did
she was
the
on
only one that she did was the live of the live event. She called out this guy for trying to play these two girls that he's like, how dare you make these two women
Look
who
like
are
dumb.
look dumb. They're both beautiful. They're talented. They're smart women, and you're making them look so dumb on national TV.
He was like playing both of them.
He was playing both of them. So I feel like they both have love for women, and they want women to succeed.
Yeah.
But they sometimes get caught up in the drama.
Yeah.
Now, with them, I would like for them to just have a meeting, just them two. And if we got to take it old school, like how it was back in Maria's days, where they put Maria and the girl she had a beef with in the gym and they just let them fight it out, then let them do that.
God.
My sister did that. My sister's a hothead, like a lot of us, but she didn't know how to control it back then when she was in high school. And apparently she got in a lot of fights. And I don't think this was legal, but the dean at the time would get her out of class, would get the girl that she had beef with out of class, put them in the gym, close the door behind him, walk out, come back 10 minutes later, and, you know, he'd have to pull them apart from each other. Most of the time, Maria was on top. I'm beating her up, but at the same time, it's like, but then, how did that fix it for you? Because you would tell me later, like, that was not right. That was not healthy.
Well, now, as an adult, I'm like, what was Mr. Wine thinking?
Don't put his name out there. We don't
love
know if he's still working in the
he
school
really had
district.
a lot of
He could be-
love for me.
I know, right?
He would bring me
He could lose
bagels
his
and
job.
Call me out of class, give me a bagel, check in with me. I was a hothead. I was going through a lot.
He probably had that man mentality, and that's how probably men deal with it. So he's like, all right, this is how y'all gonna deal with it.
And I would be like, Mr. Wine, you know, I just got some issues with this girl. He'd be like,
And he'd
all
do
right.
that, but-
And he'd try to do restorative circle, and then he would say, okay, I'm gonna walk out of this gym, and then you guys are gonna squash it, and I'm gonna come back, and it's gonna be over. And I'm not gonna lie, like I enjoyed it. I should have been a boxer. I mean, I loved to fight back in the day.
I could see
I had
that.
so much
UFC.
aggression in me. And it was just the thing to do. I think I had a good 3 or 4 fights in the gym behind Mr. Wine. Didn't get suspended, didn't get in trouble. My parents weren't called over this. And now that I work for a school, I'm just thinking,
Yeah,
what
but
was
I'm just
he
saying,
thinking?
like, do you think if we did that with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and threw them in the ring with no cameras, nobody, so they don't have that embarrassment or media, it's just them two, do you think they'll feel better after this?
No.
Right.
I feel like there would be
No.
some resolution though, because
No,
then it
there
would just
won't.
be them too, and
I'm
it's
telling
not
you.
like your friends trying to pipe you up or people trying to make it for the media or for like the views. I think it'd be just two
Well,
women ultimately being
Well,
like,
ultimately,
why are we beefing?
I feel like they just need to do that for all the women in hip hop.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Yes.
we know the industry can be very political, just like
Yes.
any, paradigm of like theater, art, film, whatever. We know that to some level there's some politics going on. And it's just like how they portray women in hip hop. It's like they love when they come together and just like bash each other. Whereas with men, it's like, okay, y'all are battle rapping. Why we can't have that same respect for women in hip hop that
Right.
a lot of them, especially even a lot of the underground rappers in America or the UK that are 10 times better than some of the men that are over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like giving them that respect. But also, too, to me, with Nicki and Cardi, I believe it's like a good example of what you were talking about as far as just like the competition. But when a woman kind of like loses their way, they've been the only one on top commercially, I'm saying, for such a long time. And then you have this like, this little young thing that comes in and now she's popping off like fireworks, and then you feel some type of way.
Right.
And it's like, but I I'm about this. I'm the queen type of thing. She goes on her rants and raves. But at the end of the day, I think they should come together because I feel like more women need to bring them up. If you're ones that were paving the way for others to come in, you should never feel threatened. And that goes back to the whole confidence. You have a whole fan base. They love anything. Your Barbies are ride or die for
right.
you, okay?
For real.
So just because Cardi's swooping in, your Barbies ain't going nowhere.
They're not going
You know what
nowhere.
I'm saying? So you shouldn't feel threatened. If anything, you should be lifting her up because
Yes.
all the other ones that you got into with Little Kim and all these other ones that paved the way for you, Foxy Brown, opened the door for you.
Right.
You need to be able to open that other door for them too
Right.
and let everybody walk through.
yeah, like be
Right.
about it.
And some people just need that reality check again. Somebody in her circle need to be like, listen, boo, I need to sit down and have a conversation with
Somebody
you.
in their group needs to
Sorry,
be like,
I didn't
you.
mean to hit
No,
the
it's
table.
fine. But somebody in their group needs to really like, you guys, come on, you guys can work this out. You guys can be stronger together. But it goes to that saying, like, just because your light is shining does not dim my light.
Exactly.
Your light can still shine, and so can mine.
Because I want to
And
say
this
this.
is what I'm talking about.
Because who said that? Bicep dude. He was saying how like they're feuding, how like Biggie and Pac used to feud back in the day.
You can't
But the
even
biggest
relate.
difference is this: that when men feud, it's like it's cool, it's thug, it's gangsta, it's rap, it's
No,
hip hop.
but they died
But when
after
women,
that.
It's a
no,
died.
but
different-
when
it's a
women
different
do it,
vibe.
it's looked down upon. It doesn't matter if you're Team Nicki or Team Cardi.
No,
either way,
it's not looked down upon.
looked-
It's a joke.
It's a
It's
joke.
funny.
That's
It's
fine.
entertaining.
No,
Yeah.
not just entertaining. both sides is like, oh, what kind of a woman, what kind of a mother, what kind of a this, what kind of a that acts like this. But when
Over
men do it,
what?
it's like it's
know?
it's just what it is. It's hip hop.
But see, that's the thing. Like when do you say who is going to be the bigger person? What are you fighting over? You got the money, you got the records, you got the money, you got the records. What are you fighting over?
Exactly. And I do want to make that point, too, that we know the industry, everything's aggravated. So even like the interviews that I would watch with like Biggie and Pac, at the end of the day, they started out not feuding.
Yeah, they
It
were
was
friends.
Yeah, they were
That was
friends.
Suge Knight up in their ears.
Exactly.
Not only him, but it was people in their groups like, oh, yeah,
Telling them stuff.
Exactly.
I heard
And
this,
the
I heard
media
that.
and just things. And that's the same thing that happened with Nicki and Cardi. It was aggravated behind the scenes to the point where it actually got at them both, to get them both at each other. But it's just to keep that tied in the atmosphere of what we're talking about. You know, that's why we have to have these conversations about empowering each other and empowering like our
Yes.
women and empowering, you know, even our men to do that, because it's like what you're seeing and what you're fed, that's what you're responding with, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because
not
pop
always
culture
facts.
does mold our culture, whether we want to admit it or not. So it's just having discernment and not letting yourself fall into the hype,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because ultimately we're not judged equally. Like
Yeah.
women are always going to be, I feel like, judged a little harsher no matter what. So it's like you already know you have it hard, so why make it harder for yourself?
Exactly.
It's a big thing, I think.
What are they saying in the chat box, Maria? Because I see that Ron's going in there, Kathy's in there. What are they saying?
So, Pice is saying that Nicki and Cardi going at each other like Biggie and Pac. We said that already. They're the leaders of the group. They should be the ones to initiate a truce. I agree. But it's also like, you know, who's the bigger person? Who's going to bow down first? Let's see. Leaders got to lead. Kathy says, I think it's also the media feeding the negative energy. Of course, we know that because, you know, fights sell, arguments sell. Let's say, I don't know, Ron says, way back in the music days, reporter asked a famous musician that was in trouble of sorts. The musician guy sees back, as long as newspaper spells my name right. Ron, what the hell are you talking about?
Ron, what are you talking about?
I think he's talking about how like people like will come at you with these negative things. So like they like for a few weeks they were just interviewing Nicki about this thing, and she's just like getting irritated. And probably same thing back in the day with the different feuds in hip hop. Like people get irritated because they don't want to feed into that. They probably are over it on the first night.
Yeah.
But people keep wanting like that's so salacious. People want to hear the drama. They just don't want to be in
Because
it.
when Nicki first came out, she was Little Kim was the one that was going all crazy and like doing all this stuff. So she was actually Little Kim was looking crazy. And now that Cardi B came out and Nicki Minaj talking all this smack, everybody's like, "Is Nicki okay?" Because she sounded a little crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like
But we don't know what happened behind the scenes.
No,
for
I
Nicki to
know,
go
no,
on a
I
rant.
get that, I get that. But at the end of the day, knowing this information of how you were treated from Little Kim, you should take that as an experience, learn from it, and approach your way differently to Cardi B.
Yeah.
And so you guys meet behind the scenes with no cameras, no entourage, just you two as women, and talk about the issues. And if you have real issues, talk about it, put it on the table. Like, well, you changed you
As a
made
real woman, yeah.
because her part of it was like Nicki Minaj said that on Motorsport, the song that Cardi B told Offset to like she got to change her lyrics or something like I don't know. There was like drama, but like talk about that, put it on the table, talk about it,
They
address
couldn't even
it,
come together in
and
the
just get
studio.
over it,
Yeah.
and then come together because this is actually like making women look bad. It's making women look like drama. It's making women look like when we get a little bit of power or like we don't know how to handle ourselves, and that's not okay. But I do want to give an example of two artists who ended up fixing their feud, which was Christina Aguilera and Pink. So in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they had beef.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. It wasn't as out as it is now with them, but with Christina Aguilera and Pink, there was beef going on. There was like drama. There was like they like couldn't be in the same room. They couldn't be in the same venue. Like it started off with the whole song Lady Marmalade because they were both on it. Remember?
Oh, I remember that. Okay, now I know.
So that's where the beef started.
Yeah.
I used to love the hell out of that song.
Me too. Well, no. Oh, you see what what you started lying on. Let's see what you told her she could sing, and now she thinks she can sing.
Hold your ear, girl, when you sing. Hold your ear. Like Mariah Carey. Then you got it.
That's how you make it work.
Maria, no, you need like classes for that. Like, you know how people like go to classes for like piano lessons? You need classes for singing lessons. And you're not there yet. So don't ever hit that note again until after at least 55 classes.
Yes.
Not 55.
Don't attempt it.
Oh, God. I'm just trying to figure out where I was going to
Everybody
go.
woke up.
Where you go from there?
Oh my God. But yeah, you know, so I mean, going back to that, like women, we have already a struggle ourselves on, you know, in the media. So like for people, for example, like I wanted to kind of touch this because, you know, I'm doing radio. I've always been to radio. But when I was researching this, I saw women's presence on radio is typically hired just to cover topics such like weather and culture, which is like your hot topics, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know how Howard Stern has a show,
Yeah.
Big Boy, The Breakfast Club, like DJ Envy Channel. Like most men have the base of the show, and women there are like their co-hosts, or they just do the weather and the hot topics. Then that makes me frustrated. Like, that is insane.
Like, where's the intellect? Like, when can you represent women as like thinkers? You don't have to make them like, maybe that's your show. Okay, cool. But you could let women be a part of the intellectual part of it, or the creative part of it, or the part of it that's better than just like come through, be cute, and then leave.
Come through, be cute.
Yeah, come through.
Oh my God.
Definitely. And I think if more of us put our foot down and didn't think that we really needed to depend on these outlets, like these are the only options, like what you're doing, Jackie, like you started your own radio show.
Yes.
You have freedom to do what you want to do and
Complete
talk
freedom.
about what you want to talk
Keith
about.
can't tell me nothing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like if more women did things like that, then it wouldn't be such an issue. We'll have more outlets. And I believe that
Trailblazer mentality.
Yes,
Yeah.
have that, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I'm very fortunate, like, that I've linked up with Keith, and you guys met us when we were just a show, and now we are a station, and we have about
And I love
10
it.
So
shows
proud of you
on our
guys.
station.
So proud.
And 2 of them are out of state. So and he, like, we tell, because I'm the manager of the station, but like we tell, and when we meet all these shows, we tell them, like, you have complete freedom of your content. You can do whatever you want. You know, just all you gotta do is show up, give our listeners content, and, you know, we're not going to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You want to curse. Like, we're an independent radio station. I love that fact, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yes, podcast is becoming really popular, but this is what makes the Good News different, is that we're a live show, and we obviously have listeners that are interact in our chat box, and we can respond to them, because we know they can call in, you know, 323-900-0478. Our first caller was Asha, y'all. Did you know that's her? She was our first caller.
Oh, I know.
Me.
Oh wow, you were our first.
You were our first caller. No, seriously, you were our first caller. But a lot of people don't feel comfortable calling into the radio. I remember when I first called to the radio to win my Nicki Minaj backstage breakfast tickets, I was super nervous. But, you know, I mean, I get it. So, like, people that are not on the radio, like, all the time, it's nerve-wracking. So that's why I love having the chat box that you can go and comment. We'll read it. And, you know, you're a part of the show. That's what makes us different, and then it saves as a podcast. But, like, I just love the freedom to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about and say whatever we want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I really like that. So you guys should everybody tell your friends to download the Good News Radio app.
Yes.
Ladies Night Radio
Do it.
Show.
Everyone's
With
doing
that
it.
being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into more songs. I was playing one from the Lionheart, so we're going to go ahead and play. It's called Never Done. Do you want to talk about this one a little bit?
Yeah, this track was produced by Call Me Young Midnight. He's the exec producer on Flair Entertainment, our label, our independent label. Man, he's so creative. So this was supposed to be more about, like, when you're going through your journey and you have all these voices, these influences trying to detract you from what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to be. So this is recognizing what those voices sound like and not allowing yourself to fall into the trap, to fall back. Just to, you know, stand in your authority and say, no, I'm going to finish and do what I got to do. I'm never done.
Ooh.
Stop me. So
It
the
ain't
song is
over.
Never done. It ain't over. Gangsta.
For take you years to reach there. Take my hand.
Now, this person that's talking right now, his name is Cammy Young.
Yeah, Call Me Young Midnight.
Call Me Young Midnight. He's your brother. That's Asha's brother, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, the family's talented.
Family thing.
Wow, I love that.
The family's talented,
Super dope.
and the mom is involved. Your mom's involved too. Hi, Beverly, right?
Yes.
Hi, Beverly.
Yes.
I hope she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
She is. That's what low key texting me. What's this? I'm like, well, on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, tell her you got to download the Good
no,
News
I
Radio.
Did. I sent her the website and everything. I'm like, go to the website. She's like, where the chat box at? I'm like,
Yeah, you have to sign up. You have to sign up to be able to be in the chat box. Because, I mean, if you just... Yeah, it's free, but I mean, most people don't know that you have to actually log in, put your name and your email to be able to chat. But yeah,
no, but she's the reason for all this.
Yeah,
she's the CEO. Oh well, I mean, you could talk about it.
The CEO of our nonprofit CB for LA, which I know Jackie is well familiar.
Yes.
Wait, what is your nonprofit?
CB for LA. It's geared towards arts and entertainment, but really building up like artists. It doesn't matter what facet that you're in, but just really giving them that support, mentoring them, and just showing them where their gifts are coming from, knowing that they are a brand, and showing them how to build that into a business, whatever arena they want to go into.
Wow.
Yeah, without having to compromise.
Yes, exactly.
Their sound.
And so
That's awesome.
my mom, which is the CEO of the nonprofit, her and my father do a lot of the mentoring, and like they have the classes and different things like that. So Lion's gone through the program, and a few others have gone through the program,
definitely.
and have broken off to do their own thing, and it's really happy to see. It's really a joy to see and to know that they have that support, and that's something that we're passionate.
Yeah, because I remember when I met you guys, it was like I think 16 or 17. This was the biggest group that ever showed up to the Good News, and you guys were awesome. It was like literally when we write our book, you guys are gonna be definitely one of our stories in there, because it was like, how do we prepare for such a huge group? Because we were still just a show back then,
Right.
and it was so many of you, but we definitely enjoyed it, and it somehow worked. Like we created a system where you guys rotated. But yeah, what happened to everybody? Like, where did they go? Did they start, like, did they get signed, or what's going on with them?
Well, everyone that was with us at the time, they were going through the program. So like the breaking out classes, which is the mentoring, so showing you how to build your business, with also being that support on the spiritual end and keeping you grounded in the word, keeping you grounded in knowing where your gifts come from, different things like that, so you don't compromise who you are as an artist. And so we all went through that program, myself and my brother included. And so it gets to a certain point where now you basically go out and start what it is that you want to do. So everybody broke out into their own businesses that they are doing, and their own visions for what they have to do. Yeah. And it's just now just preparing for the new batch that's coming.
Like a school. Like it is.
And that's eventually what the plan is, like gearing towards a facility and different things like that. Like those are goals that I'm striving for, because honestly the nonprofit started from my mom having a heart for artists and just for the youth in general, and the artist part came from me because of the area of me being in high school, having a love for art, but really trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do, because at that time, it's like, I want to do everything. I want to get into everything. But everybody's like, no, you got to have a plan. You got to do this. You could only be at this at a time. And it's just like, but I have a love for every area of the art. Like, I just really have to stay in this area? And so it got discouraging for a minute, because it's like, okay, then what do I really want to do? And I knew from that point, there's a lot of other creatives out there that are going through the same thing that I went through. And that's really how that nonprofit was birthed, from that, because of that place I was in. And it's like, you know what? Now I'm here. I need to share that and really share that message and encourage other creatives that you don't have to be honed in one box. You are a creator, so create your own box.
Right. Mm-hmm. So when I know, because like we met you guys, well, I met you through at the LA Marathon event. When are you guys having more events like that? Because you were there too. I think you saw, and my Lexus was there, and you got to see all the performances. That's what they're talking about. They all performed on that stage.
And you know what? That's funny. What do you do? I have a 13-year-old daughter who has done competitive cheer. She loves to act. She even got a what is that? What's that dancing studio called?
Oh, Deborah Lee?
No. She was on Fame.
Debbie
yes,
Allen?
Debbie Allen.
So she got what do you call that?
Scholarship.
Scholarship.
Oh,
they went to her school.
Oh, nice.
And they taught some kids how to dance, and she got a scholarship. But she's 13 and she wants to do everything. Everything. She's like she sings. She'll just go out of nowhere. Like she's just. I see her and I see me when I was 13, and I wanted to. I love art. So I wanted to do that. And I don't know how to help her. I'm like, Anissa, let's get you into guitar. Even Jackie talks to her. How do you help that? Like what made you, or where did your mom start?
So basically, when I was in high school, I started off with just strictly just dance. So that kind of like involved, once I got into the school, I was like, oh, there's theater, there's visual arts, and I started getting to a whole bunch of different things. So what really honed me in was like my mom she noticed one particular thing that I was, out of all of it, that I was really gearing towards, and it was just like nurturing that one particular area that caused all the rest to kind of domino effect into that. So I was doing dancing, I went to college for visual communications and design, so I realized, I was like, okay, I can actually utilize this and bring all of it together. So being a creative director now, it's kind of opened up to where if I want to take a job on to help build a set, or to style someone, or if they want me to come in and be a choreographer, like I can do the dancing part as well. That all falls into the area of being a creative director, because you're bringing the vision to life. So it's just seeing the area that your daughter gravitates to the most, nurturing that. Don't stop everything else that she wants to do creatively, but really hone into that one that you notice that is like her go-to, and really just nurture that, encourage her in that, and build her confidence in that, and everything else will fall in line. And then as you see, as she grows, you can see how she can, if she wants to, start something of her own and become her own brand. And that's really, if she wants to do everything, that's kind of, I'm seeing the direction that she's going into, because she wants to do everything.
Yeah. Right.
So your daughter is a brand, essentially. It's just nurturing that, getting those things instilled in her and solid, and all the rest will fall into place.
I'm going to become a stage mom.
You stop it.
A dance mom?
Done and done.
So if we had to leave and kind of give advice for women to help, like, the way that the media portrays us, like what would you say? What advice would you give, Mari?
Oh, man, a piece of advice. I think,
like, just to help women.
I think just stay true to yourself and emulate and be the person that you want to interact with. So if you want to interact with a woman that is X, Y, and Z, you need to be that woman, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, the Lionheart?
I would just have to say, like, take time to get to know your own identity. Then you won't fall into somebody else's or try to always search for it. You'll know who you are out of the gate and have confidence in who you are and work with it, and that'll be your selling goal. That'll be where you shine.
Hey. Yeah. What about you, Asha?
I'll kind of piggyback off of that. Knowing as women, like we are naturally builders, we're nurturers, so you can't build somebody else until you build yourself. So have your structure intact, have that house in order, and really let it come from an honest place, and take the time, like Lion said, to find out who you are, your identity, your strengths are, what you can contribute to other women. And once you're solid in that, you can build up others, because they'll be encouraged by that, and they can sense that it's coming from that love, it's coming from that passion, and from an honest place.
Yeah, I like that. Maria?
I have 3 daughters, and I tell them all the same. You have to love yourself. You have to put yourself first. And nobody, once you complete that and know who you are, nobody and nothing can never break you down. You can't love, you can't help, you cannot do anything until you got your house in order, as Asha said. So ladies, just know that, everybody goes through something. There's nothing that cannot be fixed. But if you feel that you are missing something, is because you got to start within and find what it is, or find that piece that you have to rebuild, because you cannot be happy and you can't make anybody happy until you are happy within yourself.
That's right. That's right. Hey. I mean, I definitely want to, you guys had great points. I agree with that 100%. I think I've learned too myself that, like, I think I was the Lionheart, or was Asha, that, you have to be filled yourself. Like you can't pour into somebody else's glass if your glass is half empty or not empty. Like fill your glass up before you try to fill with others, because that's where I struggle with. Like I could be like super low, and I have my moments where I'm high, I have my moments where I'm low, and no matter where I'm at, I'm still trying to fill your cup up. I'm trying to fill everybody's cup up, but you got to definitely take care of yourself for sure. But just be understanding. Be patient with each other. We all have something that we're going through. We all have something that we are struggling with. If it's anxiety, depression, self-love, that we, it doesn't matter. Like, just know that you're not the only one that's going through it. And you have to make sure that you take care of yourself, like you guys were all saying, so that you can be there for others. But just don't jump the gun. Like, I get it. Women, we're stubborn sometimes. We're hard-headed. We are, we don't want to hear it sometimes, and I get it. But you just have to be there for each other and be understanding. If you have a problem with your neighbor, your cousin, your sister, communicate. Communication is the biggest thing to fix relationships. It really is. And I'm learning that as we're getting older. Like I'm if I can give you any advice, communicate. Like you cannot expect the person to understand what you're going through, what you're thinking. So if they upset you, they don't know that. They have no clue that they upset you. Talk about it, but you don't have to get mad and attack them. Come at them in a place of how you want to be treated. Yeah. How would you want to be treated or come at if you were the other person? Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I'm here just to make sure that, we give different perspectives, different ideas, different ways of thinking, because we're all different. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women in this room. And I can tell you we all will probably not agree on the same topics. Yeah. But I will say this, from knowing all of you guys personally, you guys will all give each other that respect. Right. And you'll have that. So I'm not telling you to be best friends with everybody. I'm not telling you to get along with everybody. I'm not telling you that you have to agree with this person. Mm-hmm. But give each other that respect. Be patient. Be kind. And you can agree to disagree, and that's it. And that's you. They have their way of thinking from their experiences, and you have your way of thinking from your experiences. Mm-hmm. So, but before we sign out, I definitely want to talk more about your music, because I know that you guys both just launched like your albums, your music, and you guys are talented. So, right now I'm going to go ahead and play. No, you know what? I'm going to play one of my favorite songs from Asha. I have the song that I love to play. I have to go back, because Asha, this song. When did you come out with this one? It's called Amber, I believe.
Amber, that was
beginning of summertime
August. Yeah, the ending of August. Yeah.
I was playing it all summer. I remember I was at a pool party, and I was like, I had control of the Bluetooth speaker box, and I was like, we're playing this song, and I was like, what? And then I even put it on Instagram. I was like, look, I got you, girl. Okay, I'm gonna play the music video actually, but I'm gonna put the song.
Oh God,
I love this song. I love this song.
Well, this one honestly was just really just a fun song, but it was also to like an ode to like my culture, because my family, we're from the West Indies, so we're from Trinidad and Tobago. So it was like having fun and giving a nod to my culture in a sense, but making it, kind of introducing it to people that wouldn't really know. So, but you see, I'm all like Trinidad out with the
you
color,
got the flag,
Who
is this guy? I know I met him before, but I mean, his name is Jeff.
Yes, Jefferson. It was an artist that I collabed with on this project. Yeah.
Is he still part of your group? I mean, of the class that you guys have, or the organization?
He was a collab.
He was a collab. He didn't go through the class, but he like partnered with us.
Another
with, like,
artist we're working with at the time.
Okay. Yeah, no, he was really good too. I liked his style, but I love this song. Well, this is Jefferson. That's him in it.
Yeah.
The music video is cute too.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was all shot in house. By myself and edited.
Wow. What did you use to record it?
So I always get this question, right? So
here she go.
There's this company called Moment, and they make lenses for the iPhones and for like your Pixel phones. So everything was shot on an iPhone.
This was on an iPhone?
Yes, with cinematic lenses made for the iPhone and a gimbal, and I added everything in Final Cut Pro.
What?
yeah.
But you'll be surprised how many
Yeah.
films or even independent films that went to like Cannes Film Festival that were shot on phones.
On phones, yeah.
And it's for what's the lens that you use?
It's called Moment Lenses.
Moment
So if you
Lenses.
go at Moment
Go see,
on
come
Instagram,
see this. You,
Yeah.
This is your type of a guy right here.
I should be one of their ambassadors. 10%.
She's like, does he have 2 legs? 2 arms and 2 legs?
No, he is really talented, definitely.
No, those are the girls.
No, that's Asha.
Oh, she got questions about the sequence.
What you wearing, girl?
It was like a high heel boot
Ooh,
that I
these
had
drips
on.
so dangerous. Baby, work hard, I respect it.
He's a
Don't you
rapper.
ever forget it.
The album. Well, on
She a
the
sweet thing, yeah. Ping, ping on a steady ring, yeah. You say you want to see me over. Sweet
Thing, sweet thing,
Sing
yeah.
it, girl.
Free graph.
Saying all the
Free
right
things.
things.
And
That's
all
all mine.
mine.
Be real with
With
me.
me. This guy don't waste time.
Oh.
You
I
sing
like
it. I'm not the singer. You sing, girl. Waste time.
Give us a little concert, Asha.
Hey.
With me.
Sing it, girl.
Hey.
Sweet thing will bring me back.
Hey!
Wasn't that a hot song? Like, that was my summer
I would
jam.
have had it on replay myself.
Yes.
That was a summer
Matter of
jam.
fact, that's gonna be my song on the way to work every morning.
Literally, that was my summer jam. I was playing that like at all the pool parties. Whenever they're like, Jackie, do the music. Oh, I got us on the music. Hold up. They'd be like, who is this? I was like, y'all gotta go get my girl Asher right there. She got it. No, I really love this song. Like, I don't know. It was like this. I guess it was perfect timing with the summer, the vibe.
Summer vibe, definitely.
And I'm like, I love the summer. So I was like, yeah. I was having my drink in my
both,
hand. I'd be like, yeah, sweet ting, sweet ting. Sweet ting, sweet ting. Huh?
You should share it on our Instagram.
Oh, I'll share the song for sure. Yeah. But I've I've played the song before on my Instagram. She knows that. I've tagged her.
And
I'll be
mentioned
like,
it in the
Asha,
story.
sweet tang, sweet tang.
I know I got the snapshot of Jackie posing with her feet out at the push.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
girl. And I'm like, yes, Jackie.
So, okay, because I know that you guys are singers, did you guys come ready to sing? Because I know you guys got your tea in there.
Well,
did.
it's coffee, but
La 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 la.
Me.
I didn't bring my guitar. but
How about
backup
we sing
singers,
before
my
you,
band.
and then you won't even worry. Maria, you go first. Go,
I mean, I
Maria.
can sing a snip. Well,
I'm gonna let her take the lead on
point,
that.
I mean,
okay.
hey, girl.
So, do you want to sing a song off your album, an old song? It doesn't matter. Or
I mean, we can all sing a song together.
no.
karaoke.
No. Trust me, you don't want us. You don't want us. Hold on, let me get it on live real quick because I need to hear this real quick. Oh yeah, I gotta get this on my live. Hold on.
We're about to have some amazing voices of
I mean, you can sing a
ladies'
piece of a
night.
cover, just as like a snippet if you want to do a cover.
You want to sing
Because I know we don't have our guitar.
And the feeling's right. This is ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Hey. Hey.
Maria, I'm gonna mute you. Stop it.
I'm trying to get a record
No.
deal here.
No, you're not gonna get no record deal.
I just made some friends. Asha in the lineup.
Girl, check your email in about 25 minutes. Check your email, girl.
Yeah.
Just FYI, Chris said he's back. He's Team Lionheart, remember? All right, Chris, you came in perfect time because these ladies are about to sing freestyle. Do you want me to play the music in the background, or you guys got this on freestyle?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, what song do you want?
Girl, you could go ahead and play, what's that one song I did for the summertime, too?
Summertime.
It's called Us.
Okay, can you guys give us some tips? Because the good news is having a karaoke night, and Chris, who's from the Get Right, says he's gonna beat us. But the ladies' night got this, okay?
What if they're our backup?
Shh, don't tell them. They can be. No, wait. Would you guys, shh, Maria, stop yelling. Would you be willing to be like judge number 3 and 4.
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Come
Okay,
on now.
Chris, look, I'm bringing new judges to our karaoke night because this is going to be a legit competition. They're going to bring they got like they've been working on their dance moves. Look, he said ain't nobody worried about y'all. Look, what? Okay, Chris, whatever. We got singers right here that are going to help us. So just FYI, but they're going to be the judges too. Just so you know.
I'm not doing it.
They think they got this in the bag. They don't know. They don't know our skills. That's why Maria, don't sing because you don't want.
Don't try your hardest. Don't try your hardest.
Don't try your
I
hardest.
wasn't even
away at one time,
trying.
girl.
Don't try.
Chris, you don't
Save it,
know.
save it.
I wasn't even trying.
All right, so go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. And what song
Come in
did you
with
want to
my
play?
knees
Called Us. It's the second video.
It's right here. This one.
It's a music video, but
Okay, it's okay.
I wrote this one for the summertime too, girl. This
Oh,
is inspired
okay.
by like that Brazilian Afro-Cuban type of sound because I love Brazilian music.
Yeah.
Me too. I've been to Brazil.
Oh, word.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
I've never been.
When I was there for 10 days, I had a boyfriend. I fell in love. He fell in love, girl.
Sure did.
He sure did. But I was like, I gotta go back to the U.S. Call me when you come. But yeah, on my last day there, he came and gave me a gift of bracelets and earrings. It was funny, not gold or anything. It was like these little crystal things. I don't know, but it was so cute.
They just so
You
romantic.
still keep it. You follow him on Facebook and
Hell
Instagram?
no, I don't even know.
My
This
Was
back
it
in-
during like carnival? Or
Yes,
was it?
yes,
Oh,
it was.
shoot.
So my
Just
birthday's
had-
in February, which is Carnival. When I went, they had like the Rose Bowl parade kind of thing out there,
Right.
and it happened to be raining.
Yeah.
I freaking so I'm dancing in the rain on the bleachers.
Oh,
my
sexy.
ass fell on the, like,
Oh Lord.
and I fell. My sister started laughing. I was laughing. I was a little tipsy, and I got up and I started dancing again, doing the samba, and I was like,
Yep.
Yes.
I was doing it. I got it, but I didn't care. I was living my life. I was in Brazil.
Living your best
I was
life.
like, oh shit!
Said,
I
oh my God.
I just fell in Brazil in the rain. Like, I'm in Brazil. You think I'm gonna be mad at that? You think
And
I'm
you
be
got a man from it, girl.
And I had a boyfriend in
Give me
Brazil.
crystal beads.
Yeah,
I was living my best life. I'm just saying.
Brazil.
Brazil had,
Brazil.
had all the guys. My booty had everybody up in love over there. But a lot of girls actually have booty out there, so it wasn't a big thing. But I mean, still.
Girls
Anyways,
from the islands got booty.
they
Yeah.
do.
That rice and beans life, you know.
Yes.
Fried plantain life.
That's right. That's right.
Life.
All right, you ready, Lionheart? This is the Lionheart coming at you on Ladies Night Radio in the Good News studio.
I love the sexy voice.
Had to bring it. I'm professional. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and play it. And this was a summer song too.
Yeah, summer song. Have you heard it before, Us, or not yet? This is your first
I
time.
think this is my first time hearing it.
Ooh, Chris in your ears.
Ooh, all of us, all the listeners. Chris, are you hearing this? Chris.
This is for you, Chris.
Chris.
Dedicated to Chris.
Dedicated to Chris.
Shout out.
You should raise it up in our earphones.
I don't want to make it louder than her though. Ooh.
Oh.
Truth be told, I'm rather fun with how you resolve. I learn more of me within your words than I could on my own. And I like to say I'm not a wreck apart from this, yet I admit I am where you go, love.
You can turn me up.
Follow.
Y'all heard that?
Get it, like
Hey.
I know where from we belong.
And it goes into the hook.
Hey.
I chose us, Chris, to keep
Woo, Chris.
us where on our knees we live again. I'll hold us, create us a place alone to mend our
Hey.
hands.
Hey.
Chose us.
I forgot my own lyrics.
Girl, I'm backing you up. Come on, I'm your background singer.
It's been since the summertime, girl.
Yes.
Oh wait, there's your. This is that was Jefferson in the video too, and Calm Me Young Midnight.
Yeah.
At the beach. This is that trip to the
Asha
beach.
was working, so I wasn't there enjoying the
the
beach
beach.
like they was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, that was my summertime beach body right there.
Hey.
Thank you. That was us. Let's thank
Why you whispering, girl?
I just want to thank everybody, Jackie, ladies.
Hey.
Thank you, Chris.
So I I never actually saw this video, but I do remember watching your Instagram story when you guys were there that day.
Yeah. Oh.
I do remember
okay,
that.
girl. She got the behind the
have the
scenes.
receipts.
I had the receipts. Behind the scenes.
Yeah, she's like screenshot.
So when I saw your videos, so did you and Jefferson date? Because I felt like the vibe that y'all kind of dated a little bit.
No, I got a man.
Oh.
Girl, I got a boo. I've been had a boo since 2015. Got a man. No, Jefferson's like a big smelly brother. He's a
smelly. He smells
him like that. Don't listen to that girl.
I'm just messing. He knows. He knows.
All the prospects went away.
I love you.
He
Jefferson.
smells.
All the prospects. I'm just kidding. He smells nice. He takes showers every day.
I don't know.
No, but
okay.
I got a man, girl. I can't be looking at nobody else.
Okay.
You know?
In LA or back home?
In LA.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to keep it on the hush hush because I don't want everybody in my business.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm so with you. I'm so private about my dating life. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
too.
you know, keep him hush hush. He's you know, can't really see him all the time. His name is Jesus Christ. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, dang, girl.
I'm like, mine too.
Yeah, that's everybody's man. No,
he's my first man. No, but I do have a boo.
Chris, I was wondering where you went. He went into my comments. He's
shoot.
That's okay. Hold up.
Okay.
He said, "OMG, I'm all ears. Sing to me," and he gave you applause. I was wondering where you went, Chris.
Chris, you inspired the song, Chris. It was all for you, man.
I'm sorry to break the news. She got a man. I tried, Chris. I tried. So Chris actually is the homie. I love Chris. Chris, I love you. We just celebrated his birthday. He's looking for a wife. He is ready to get married. But not like right away. But I'm just saying like his intentions are marriage. He wants to find the one. He wants to find the person he's going to be with the rest of his life with. So all of us here at The Good News, especially the girls, we're always looking out for him. We love him. He's a good person. He has a good job. He has a good heart. So whenever we find single women that we feel would be a great match with Chris, we always try to hook him up. But
I'm sending some DMs of some people I know. I got a few names. Check your DM tomorrow morning. I got a few ats I'm going to send you.
Okay, I'm going to send you his information so you can know. Yeah, no, Chris, honestly, he's a good guy. He is so awesome. Chris, you see me? I'm trying to help you. I mean, Asha, are you taken? Because you guys would probably be a good match too. Can we do a blind date? Can we do a blind date?
A blind Bird Box type of blind date?
If you need a chaperone, I'll go.
We'll all go and we'll bring the microphone.
Or we can make it a show. And
then you come back and you tell us how it went.
Yes,
Sasha.
Okay, no, you don't have to answer that now. But I will talk to you after the show.
You're like a hidden camera type of situation.
Yeah, no, I got
it. Like a hidden camera.
Chris, I got you.
Whispering onto the side.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, we're playing so long in the background. We're gonna get fined by Beyonce. Stop it. What? No.
That ain't my song.
That's not your song. It kept going. Okay. All right, Asha. Which one do you want to sing?
I actually would do a cover because like my songs are really
They're really dope. And
yeah, they are really dope.
What's that one song that we sang at the club the other night? Not the club. I mean, we don't go to the club like that. More of a lounge.
Oh, you mean at the art gallery?
Yeah.
But I sang with your guitar.
It's
girl.
okay. You got me. What is it? Moonstone.
But I could sing that without the music.
Yeah, go ahead, Gabe.
Oh God, you are so talented if you can do that. Tell me if you need that.
Acapella.
You can jump in at any time.
Okay.
So our girl Madi has to go. She has to go to church right now. You know, she has to
Pray
go
for me,
pray.
though. No, but somebody got to pray for me though.
Yeah. Get that word in.
She's gonna go to church. She's gonna do her confessions right now.
A full baptism. She's gonna get christened.
With that short ass dress, she's gonna go in the confession box.
Hands that don't fit me.
Thank you, Madi, for being here.
Thank you so much, y'all.
These are working ladies. They don't stop. I'm telling you, they don't stop.
Work in church in the club.
Work in church, you know, and then feed the homeless at midnight. No, but seriously, I definitely thank you guys for singing. I know I'm putting you guys on the spot, so I appreciate you guys for being like, you know, team players about it. But obviously, people love hearing you guys. They're like commenting. They're like, your mom's in there. Hi, Miss Beverly.
Oh shoot.
No, actually, I see the little Abby too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you kind of know.
You
like,
know her.
That is
Beverly.
hilarious.
Yeah, Keith's in there too. Get out of there, Jack. Oh, he told me to hurry up and get out of there. All right, but we're wrapping it up. I just want to make sure, like, I want to hear their voices right here.
Okay, so I'm going to actually do a snippet of a cover. This woman actually has really inspired me musically. So if anybody knows me, they know I love Sade. Like, that's yeah, she's amazing. So I'll sing a snippet of that.
She sure is.
So it's a piece of Is It a Crime? Everybody's familiar with Sade's music, right?
Yes.
Okay, for sure. All right, here we go.
How's it go again?
Really? This may come as a surprise, but I miss you. I could see through all of your lies, but still I miss you. You taste her love. Thank you.
Hey.
But it doesn't feel like mine.
Sing it, girl.
You taste her kiss. Her kisses are not wine, they're not mine. He tastes, but surely she cannot give what I'm feeling now. She tastes, but surely she doesn't know how. Is it a crime? Is it a crime that I still want you and I want you to want me too? Ooh.
Yes, with the low tones coming in.
Yeah, girl.
That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Woo! Yes. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. You guys are so talented. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for being here.
Yes, I had so much fun. Thank you for having us. Really, really, really. Yeah. I enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm glad you guys did. And then the next time you guys have another event for Sea Breeze for LA, think of us. We would love to be there.
Y'all
First phone call.
The good news, we love you guys and we thank you guys for being here. Go ahead and plug in your Instagram names for our listeners who are tuning in right now.
Okay, well, I am the Lionheart, and you can find me at the Lionheart Music on Instagram and Facebook, and the Lionheart on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere music is sold online.
Hey.
Yes. All right, what's up, y'all? It's Asha, and that's actually my handle, but it's a little so at it's_A_S_H_A_. You'll be surprised how many Ashas out there when you're trying to make an IG name. So it's Asha, but it should pop up. You should see it. And yes, I have music on every streaming platform. So iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, wherever you like to listen to music, I am there.
It's Asha.
Her album. It's Asha.
Hey, well, thank you. Chris said he loves your voice. I'm sure he's talking about both of you because you guys are both really talented. Thank you guys for being here and spending your Friday night with us. Also, thank you to our listeners and everybody in the chat box. We appreciate you. We're here every Friday night at 7:30. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. I'm your host, Mysterious Jax. Whoop, whoop. And just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough. Yes, hunty. Happy Women's Day. And thank you, beautiful ladies, for being here.
That's right. Happy International Women's Day. Yes. That's right. You are enough. Remember that. Every day, all day, you are enough. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Jackie. We're
Love
honored.
You.
Love ya.
Love you. Hey.
Yeah, sweet thing, yeah.
It's my song.
Ping on a celly ring,
it's my jam.
Yeah.
It's my jam.
You say you want to see me over. Sweet thing, yeah. Saying all the right things, yeah, did you have mine? Be real with me. This gal don't waste time. Man's on the move. Swooping in the cold. Moonlight roof. Babe, I'm trying to get to you. it's true. Sweet thing, love. Fall for you.
How she move, get got her, ayy, with the game, name dropper, yeah, get the bag, don't doubt it. Rap Simmons matching all black, bang robber, boots, body suit, Trini roots with a name, in the chain, bling bling, ring a ling on a celly, ain't that thing that you can tell me, got them haters and they feelings.